Hello, welcome to week 8. We are at the end of the class. It's really exciting. And this week should hopefully feel fun and pretty easy. We're going to be talking about safety and infection control. The discussion board will be focused on saying goodbye to each other and reflecting on what you've learned during this course. So let me show you what that looks like. So the objectives and assignments for this week relate to understanding safe work environments for a home visitor and safety procedures you can take to make sure that you're always safe when you're out there in people's homes. It also talks a little bit about safety in the home for children, and that's related to sort of cupboards, outlets, stoves, TV watching, electronics, drugs and alcohol, which does affect you also, and guns and other weapons, which also affects home visitors, and a little bit about infection prevention. You see a lot of spills in home visits, but there can be vomiting or blood or things like that. So just kind of getting a little more oriented to all of that. So the content that you'll be looking at for this week is just a lot of little pieces about safety. So here you start with safety for home visitors, what to do to keep yourself safe. If you want to learn more about child safety, here's a great resource website for that. There also are some other things here that are again related to child safety. So just the safety tips for healthy children, never leaving children alone, talking about children in containers and trying to avoid that. Buying safe toys. It also gives tips here for parents on what to do to make sure they're always safe, and just some ideas about creating a safe environment for an 8-month-old. Again, if you're home visiting with another curriculum, you're going to look to that curriculum to find these pieces, or if the curriculum doesn't cover everything you need, you can always look outside of it. There's a lot of stuff on the internet about child safety. And it also in here talks a little bit about vicarious trauma. So you're going to want to be protecting yourself, not only like, does your car have gas? Does your cell phone work where you're going to be going in case you need to call? But also from an emotional standpoint, how can you keep yourself safe as a home visitor? And learning about vicarious trauma and taking steps to prevent that is really important. So that is that part. There is a great video in week 8 that I would really ask you to take the time to watch. It's about 8 minutes long. It's a home visitor in Oregon who talks about keeping herself safe. It is also part of the Read, Reflect, and Apply. So here is it, 7 minutes, 40 seconds long. It's a good video. It's again really like a great feeling about home visiting in general. So please do watch that. I am still finishing up week 8, so it doesn't look yet like there is a discussion board posted, but by the time you see it, there will be. And in that discussion board, I'm going to be asking you just to reflect on one or a couple of main takeaways from the class, and both on content learning, but I think also from your peers. So, reaching out in your discussion post and in your replies to people to say what you really appreciated, either about their discussion posts that you were able to read, their presence or contributions in class, and anything else that you want to say, because really you all have had a lot of experience that you've brought to the class and shared, and I've really appreciated how much everyone has really participated and jumped in class. So, kind of noticing each other about that. And it can just be a quality about somebody that you liked, that they were always calm or listened well or whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be a specific comment, but definitely kind of connect with each other that way. It's great to give that feedback, and it feels really good to get it too. I think a lot of times as home visitors, we're out there doing our thing where other people don't see us. The families do, but not our colleagues and coworkers, so this is a great chance to give each other some pats on the back for things you've appreciated about the people in class. Then finally, there's the quiz, but what I'll go over now is the Read, Reflect, Apply, which so again, read this and read the discussion post requirements before you do your homework. It'll make everything go faster and keep you really focused on what you're going to need to know. So here's the video about home visitor safety. Here are some specific questions. So again, if you have these questions prepped and you're watching the video, you can just fill it in as you watch. That'll make it a lot easier. And reading this piece on creating safe work environments for home visitors. You will look at some and answer these questions. And again, safety policy and procedures. So this is not really looking at children being safe. So when we get to class on Wednesday, because we will have class this last Wednesday, I'll be back from my trip, so I will be leading that. We will start out talking about home visitor safety. So if there's things after having watched everything that you, or read everything, that you still have questions or concerns about, definitely bring those questions. Be ready to ask them right away, because if there aren't a lot of questions or they don't take the full half hour, I'd like to spend the other time in class talking about child safety and answering questions about that. So please come prepared with any questions, thoughts, tips that you want to share in class about either of those topics. And I'll see you on Wednesday in class. Thanks.